The morning light was harsh through the blinds. Ethan stirred, the sheets tangled around his legs, the lingering scent of cedarwood clinging to the air. His phone was ringing, a persistent buzz on the nightstand. He swore, groping for it, his voice rough with sleep. What could possibly be so important at this hour? It was Liam. His voice was tight, edged with panic. Something was wrong with the person he was seeing. The kid was scared of doctors, and Liam was begging him to come over. Ethan nearly laughed. Did Liam think this was some romance novel? He was a respected physician, not an on-call service for his friend's latest distraction. He told Liam as much, his words sharp. Then a photo came through. A young man, pale and trembling in a large bed, his expression painfully vulnerable. Something in that look, a fleeting shadow in the eyes, made Ethan's breath catch. It was an echo, a ghost of a memory he tried daily to bury. He found himself agreeing, his own voice sounding distant to his ears. He'd stop by tomorrow. The place was a modern loft in a renovated warehouse district. The boy, Alex, was indeed a picture of delicate distress. Ethan took one look, one discreet assessment, and almost shook his head. Liam, ever the idealistic fool, was calling this clearly presented Omega a beta. The kid's scent was muted, confused, but unmistakable to a trained nose. Ethan almost said it outright, but Alex clutched at his sleeve, his plea silent and desperate in his wide eyes. That look again. That damned, haunting resemblance. Ethan held his tongue. Later, in his car, he scrolled through old messages. The last one from Oliver was 5 years old. A text full of excited anticipation about some pending results. Ethan had written back a simple, eager okay. That was the end of it. Radio silence. He'd learned from Liam, weeks later, that Oliver had been shipped overseas. He adjusted his glasses, the metal frames cool against his skin. If Oliver ever dared to come back, he'd better have a good explanation. He started visiting Alex more often. It was the curve of the brow, the way he sometimes bit his lip in anxiety. Just a passing similarity, but it was enough to pull Ethan back. He remembered a younger Oliver, feverish and alone, how he'd clung to Ethan in the emergency room, shivering. Ethan had hated crybabies, found them weak, but Oliver's tears had always felt different. They'd carved a hollow worry right into his chest. His friends at the bar would ask why he was still alone. A top-tier alpha. They'd tease, going through ruts without a companion. Someone drunkenly murmured Oliver's name. Ethan's response was a cold smirk. He wasn't waiting for anyone. He had his eye on something new, someone interesting. Maybe that fragile thing Liam was too oblivious to see. He preferred the chase to the capture anyway. But Alex was frustratingly dense. Ethan's carefully deployed kindness was met with a stream of grateful thank yous and, "You're so kinds." It was infuriating. The old Oliver would have seen through the act in a second, would have used it as leverage, grinning as he closed the distance. Ethan cursed, rubbing his temples. Why did his mind keep circling back? His rut hit like a freight train. The suppressants did little. His cedarwood scent saturated the penthouse, thick and restless. In the deepest part of the night, he unlocked his phone, scrolling through old photos and a single, treasured video. A teenage Oliver, tipsy and grinning, cheeks flushed. "When I get my results, you'll take me home, right? I want to be yours." Ethan's vision blurred. Ruts made alphas pathetic. If Oliver walked in now, he wouldn't kill him. Not quite. When the rut subsided, his friends dragged him out. A sleek downtown bar, all dark wood and low lighting. A sweet, floral-scented Omega slid onto the stool next to him, offering a drink. His friends egged him on. The Omega was objectively attractive. Yet Ethan felt nothing, a cold hollow where interest should be. Until one of his friends, with a laugh, said, "Come on, Ethan, you're not still hung up on Oliver, are you?" The jab landed. He took the Omega's glass and drained it. The drink was sweet, cloying. The Omega beamed. "I've admired you for a long time, Ethan. The dizziness came fast, a heat spreading from his core. His scent gland throbbed. The Omega's perfume was suddenly overwhelming. Get away, his mind screamed, but his body was betraying him, warmth pooling low in his gut. As the world tilted, the last clear image in his mind was of Oliver. "Ethan, I'm here, Ethan." The voice was a low rumble in the dark. A dream then, but this dream felt solid. Hands, larger than he remembered, held him firmly. A warm body pressed against his back, a face nuzzling into the crook of his neck. "You smell so good. Cedarwood. I always wondered." A sharp, piercing pain at his neck. Ethan gasped. A foreign, potent scent flooded his senses. Rich, herbal, like rosemary and wood smoke. It was aggressively alpha, and his own instincts revolted. He tried to push away, to shout a protest, but his limbs were liquid. The hold on him was unbreakable. "I know what you are," the voice murmured, lips against his ear. "I want you anyway." He was turned, his glasses removed. A thumb brushed the wet corner of his eye. A low, satisfied laugh. "You're mine now." He woke to a deep, aching soreness. Every muscle protested, and there was a persistent, dull throb inside, in a place that had no business feeling so used. A warm presence shifted behind him. That voice, now sleep-roughened, ghosted over his skin. A top-tier alpha. Who would have thought you could be so receptive? Ethan moved, a bolt of pain shooting through him. He turned, fury burning through the haze, ready to dismantle the bastard who dared. The air left his lungs. The face was older, sharper, all lean angles and defined jaw. The softness of youth was gone, replaced by a stark, alpha masculinity. But the eyes, those were unmistakable. Oliver. The room reeked of that dominant rosemary smoke scent, completely overpowering his own cedarwood. Oliver smiled, a lazy, possessive curl of his lips, and buried his face against Ethan's chest in a horrifically familiar gesture. "Hey, Ethan. It's me." Reality crashed down. He, an alpha, had been by Oliver. His Oliver. The one he'd coddled and protected. Rage, white-hot and humiliated, erupted. He swung, his fist connecting with Oliver's jaw. Oliver didn't flinch. He made a soft, pained sound that was utterly obscene. "That hurt, sweetheart. Get the hell off me." Ethan snarled, shoving at him. "Who the fuck do you think you are?" The motion caused a telltale, mortifying slickness. He froze. Oliver's gaze followed, his expression one of faux innocence. "You told me not to bother with anything. You were pretty insistent." Fragmented memories surfaced through the chemical fog, pushing him away, cursing. Oliver fumbling with a packet, his own impatient, drug-fueled hands batting it aside. "Stop stalling. Just get on with it." His face burned. He landed another punch. "You're dead." Oliver caught his wrist, kissed his bruised knuckles. "Still so strong. Does your hand hurt?" He threw Oliver out. In the shower, he scrubbed his skin raw, hissing as hot water stung tender places. He checked his phone. A new contact, already pinned to the top. The name read, "Your dog." The lock screen glowed back at him. A simple date. Oliver's birthday. He leaned his forehead against the cool tile, a confusing storm of emotions choking him. He didn't delete the contact. He just blocked it. Oliver started appearing at his clinic, a relentless, grinning shadow. He'd sit in the empty chair, all casual arrogance. "If you're not sick, get out," Ethan would hiss, keeping his voice low. "I am sick," Oliver would reply, leaning in. "Lovesick. Only my husband can cure me." The old endearment, now twisted, sent a jolt through him. He met Oliver's gaze, the one that had always seemed so devoted. "I don't treat dogs who run away for 5 years and then come back to bite. Get out." Something flickered in Oliver's eyes, a crack in the confident facade. He stood and left without a word. Ethan's fist clenched. "No explanation." Nothing. The asshole kept coming, just watching from a distance. Then came a day of torrential rain. The usual spot was empty. Ethan found his eyes drifting to it again and again, a knot of irritation tightening in his chest. At closing, he found Oliver soaked and shivering, curled under the clinic's awning. He nudged him with his foot. "You're in the way." Oliver grabbed his ankle, his face lifted, rain and pain etching his features. "My leg. It's acting up. I can't stand." Ethan's medical instincts overrode his anger. "What happened?" "It got broken. A few times. The rain makes it ache." Oliver tried for a smile. "Just kidding. You care, though?" He was about to shove him away when he saw it, the fine, uncontrollable tremoring in Oliver's thigh muscle. Not an act. A deep, neurological pain. Ethan's heart gave a violent, painful squeeze. He hauled Oliver up and took him home. On the clean rug, he pushed up Oliver's pant leg. 3 brutal, jagged scars carved into the flesh of his calf. Oliver tried to cover them. "It's nothing. An old climbing accident." "You expect me to believe you had the same exact accident 3 times? Ethan's voice trembled. "Who did this to you? You were terrified of pain. I spent years making sure you never felt any. And you just left and let someone do this?" Oliver clung to him, pressing frantic kisses to his cheek, his temple. "It doesn't hurt anymore. Don't cry, sweetheart. Please. I'm not your sweetheart. Tell me where you were." Oliver was silent for a long moment. Then he looked up, a faint blush on his cheeks. What if I let you have me? Would you stop asking?" Ethan stared. Oliver's gaze dropped, shamefaced. Ethan slapped him, not hard. Oliver's breath hitched, his eyes darkening. "Do you want to? Right now?" He was impossible. Oliver moved in, a permanent, irritating fixture. The past remained a locked vault. On stormy nights, he'd curl into Ethan, shivering, his leg cramping. In sleep, he'd whimper, tears tracking down his face, mumbling Ethan's name like a prayer. Ethan cornered Liam. What happened to him? Liam looked away, guilty. "He can't tell you. It's complicated. So you're in on it too." The betrayal stung. He filed it away for later. When Alex called, sounding faint, Ethan prepared to go. Oliver grabbed his wrist, his panic immediate. "Where are you going? Who was that?" Ethan looked at him, a cold satisfaction spreading through him. "Now you know how it feels." He adjusted his glasses. "Why don't you guess?" He left Oliver standing there, stricken. Alex was pregnant. Terrified. Seeing the fragile Omega tremble, a plan formed. Payback for Liam's meddling. He leaned in, his voice gentle. "Did you know Liam has a thing about Omegas? His first love was one." He spun a tale of betrayal and heartbreak, watching the color drain from Alex's face. "If you want to leave, I can help." Felt good. Poetic. He returned home smelling faintly of Alex's lemongrass dress scent. Oliver was waiting, a statue of tension. He sniffed the air, his expression turning stormy. "You saw an Omega. After all this time, you still only want the sweet, submissive ones, don't you?" Ethan just gave him a bland look. "Yes." That night, Oliver emerged from the bathroom wearing something ridiculous and sheer, doused in a synthetic, sugary Omega perfume. He tried to affect a coy pose. "Do I look good for you, honey?" Ethan recoiled. "Get that off. Now." But Oliver was undeterred. He began a daily campaign of absurdity. A man built like a linebacker, clomping around in lace and satin, the air thick with cloying fake scents. It was a bizarre, painful parody. Ethan's next rut arrived with a vengeance. And Oliver, in his latest sheer atrocity, picked that moment to sidle up. Is this scent sweet enough? It was grotesque. And yet, a fire ignited in Ethan's blood. He was, to his utter disgust, still viscerally attracted to this infuriating man. He grabbed Oliver, threw him onto the bed, and pinned him. The cedarwood in the room was suffocating. Is this what you want? Ethan growled. Think carefully. Oliver went still. After a beat, he relaxed into the mattress, turning his face into the pillow. His voice was muffled, resigned. Yes. Ethan stared at the exposed column of his neck, at the strong alpha scent gland there. He bit down hard. Oliver jerked, a pained grunt escaping him, his hands fisting in the sheets. Ethan felt the rigid tension in every muscle. He was trying to submit, but his entire being was in revolt. It was all wrong. He flipped Oliver over. The man was pale, jaw clenched, trying to force a seductive smile that looked more like a grimace. Don't you like it? Ethan's frustration peaked. He shoved Oliver onto his back and straddled him. Enough. No more games. I'm in rut. Don't make it weird. The change was instantaneous. Oliver's eyes widened, hope and raw hunger blazing in them. He moved with a reverence that was entirely new, his touch turning from a performance to a discovery. Later, in the steamy bathroom, he held Ethan before the mirror, his voice a worshipful whisper. Look at you, you're perfect. The rut lasted a week. Afterward, Ethan could barely walk. He slapped Oliver's shoulder. Animal. Things settled into a tense, domestic rhythm. Until, at a quiet bistro, Ethan saw Liam having an intense conversation with his infamous ex, the elegant and manipulative Omega named Leo. Ethan remembered finding Leo once, playing cruel mind games with another alpha in a deserted university hall. Leo had begged him not to tell Liam. When Ethan remained unmoved, Leo's mask had slipped. They all want to be my dog. Don't you? Ethan snapped a photo. Ammunition. Soon, Alex messaged, asking for his help to leave while Liam was away. Ethan forwarded the photo anonymously. Served the loudmouth right. He helped Alex move into a small apartment. Oliver came along, a dark cloud of jealousy. When he saw Alex's face, saw the faint echoes of his own younger features, his mood plummeted. He dragged Ethan outside before they'd finished, pushing him against the car. Is that why? Oliver demanded, his voice raw. Am I just a stand-in for him? Ethan was baffled. Don't be an idiot. He's pregnant with Liam's child. I was doing a checkup. Oliver wasn't listening, kissing him with a desperate, claiming fury. If you don't want your new little friend to hear, be quiet. Ethan slapped him. Oliver just laughed, kissing his palm. Did I hurt your hand? At home, Ethan realized he'd lost an earring. A text from Alex arrived. I found your stud. I tried to bring it out, but you seemed busy. I'll just keep it safe. Wishing you both the best. Ethan flushed crimson. He kicked Oliver. You unbelievable. Oliver didn't respond with his usual teasing. He just held on tight, quiet and heavy. The next morning, Oliver was gone. Not a note. His things remained, but he had vanished. The cold dread of 5 years ago flooded back, magnified. His hands shook as he called Liam. Where is he? I'm a little busy looking for my own missing person. Liam snapped back. I know where Alex is, Ethan said, his voice breaking. Tell me where Oliver is. Now, a trade was made. An address. A private hospital specializing in endocrine and surgical procedures. Liam's words, cold and deliberate, poured into his ear. He was getting an artificial omega gland implanted. Ethan. They have to remove the alpha one first. By excavation. The success rate is terrible. He was willing to die for it. He thought you only wanted a sweet omega. He was taken away before. Did you know that? His father sent him overseas to a place that used extreme methods to cure him of wanting you. His leg he tried to run 3 times. He doesn't tell you because he's ashamed. And he thinks you'd be disgusted by what he is now. How does that feel? You took my person. Now you can hurt too. Ethan hung up, his vision blurring. He drove like a man possessed. At the hospital, he stumbled to the front desk, his words tumbling over each other. Oliver Kane. His surgery. Is it? The nurse gave him a sympathetic, pitying look. I'm so sorry, sir. The world dropped out from under him. Sorry? Sorry for what? Where was he? A choked sob escaped him. It was his fault. All his pride, his stupid games. He'd take it all back. He didn't care what Oliver was. He just needed him to be. A hand touched his shoulder. Ethan? What are you doing here? He turned. Oliver stood there, whole and confused, concern etching his features. Why are you crying? Ethan surged forward, hitting him, clutching him, burying his face in his shoulder. Relief and fury warred within him. Behind them, the nurse finished softly. We're sorry, but Mr. Kane's procedure hasn't started yet. He's in pre-op counseling. In the car, Ethan was silent, gripping the wheel. Oliver tried to joke, to coax him, but Ethan's jaw was set. That night, Oliver approached him, his head bowed. My heat is coming. Don't you want to claim me? Ethan finally snapped. He grabbed Oliver, pushing him down, straddling him. You are an alpha. There is no heat. He forced Oliver to look at him. Listen to me. Once. What I feel for you has nothing to do with your designation. We made a promise years ago. You'd be mine. That promise stands. You are mine. Every damaged, infuriating, beautiful part of you. And if you ever try to change a single thing about yourself again, I will be the one to lock you up. His voice dropped, rough with emotion. So stop pretending. If you want me, then take me. For real. Oliver's eyes widened, the last vestige of performance melting away, replaced by a pure, blazing need. He moved, and this time, there was no hesitation, no parody. It was all alpha possession, fierce and true. His teeth found Ethan's gland, his scent flooding Ethan's senses, a claiming as deep as it was brutal. Ethan gasped, struggling briefly before yielding to the inevitable, dizzying wave of sensation. Too late, Oliver murmured against his skin, his voice thick with love and madness. You challenged an alpha in his prime. I'm gonna keep you forever. The room was sterile, white. The man they called my father looked down at me, his disappointment a tangible force. The test results were in. Top-tier alpha. He was pleased. I felt only despair. All my life, I'd perfected the art of the fragile performance. A certain tilt of the head, a well-timed tremble. It was the key to Ethan's attention, his protectiveness. He adored the sweet, delicate ideal of an omega. He would never want this, the hard lines, the aggressive scent, the truth of me. I scheduled the surgery immediately. Before I could go through with it, I was intercepted. My father had a different cure in mind. A private facility overseas, where they specialized in correcting unwanted inclinations. They took my phone, my connection to Ethan. The first time I tried to escape, they broke my leg with a cold, clinical efficiency. My father watched, his expression blank. Get well, son. I thought of Ethan constantly. In the numbness of pain, in the fog of medication. They gave me a notebook. I filled every page with his name. Ethan. 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 They asked their questions. My answers never varied. They showed me pictures of him during my induced ruts, applying corrective currents when my body reacted. The pain was electric, shattering. But my heart, my stupid, traitorous heart, never wavered. In the deepest cold of those rooms, I'd shiver and whisper into the void, Ethan, I'm cold. But no one came to break down the door. It was my grandfather who finally retrieved the shattered pieces of me. It took years to reassemble a mind, to relearn how to speak in full sentences instead of just repeating his name. When I was finally deemed stable, I got my phone back. A cascade of missed calls, angry texts, pleading voicemails. The last one was pure, furious hurt. Don't you dare come back. I couldn't face him. Not yet. I called Liam, just to hear about him. He was a doctor. He was successful. He was moving on. When I finally gathered the courage, I saw him in that bar, flirting with that pretty Omega. Something in me broke loose. And when he was vulnerable, I took my chance. He was cedarwood and storm, and he was finally mine. But I was different now. All hard edges where he loved softness. I saw his gentle care for Liam's fragile Omega, and a desperate, pathetic idea took root. If I couldn't be what he loved, maybe I could become it. The hospital forms were filled out. I was ready to let them cut the alpha out of me. Then he came for me. He looked shattered. And he said the words I never dared hope for. That he wanted me. The real me. He even handled my father. A neat, legal arrangement. The old man sits in a very comfortable, very secure facility now. He begged me for mercy last I visited. I just smiled. I don't make those decisions. I belong to Ethan. You should have never touched what was his. Now, I sign over my holdings to him, every stock, every property. I am, officially, an alpha who works for his husband. And I have never been more content.